I think that's too much, man. The fucking crystal shit, all this fucking new age bullshit.
That crystal stuff is crazy.
It's too much. Everybody, you know how many people came up to me the other day and said Mercury was in retrograde now? Come on. How are you letting that shit dictate your life? You can't let the zodiac dictate your fucking life.
See, I don't know what that means. Mercury's in retrograde, but
I
it's
don't
one of
really
those
know
things
either.
That
apparently
I know
it's when
I'm
the
going to
planet
need
looks
to learn
like it's spinning in reverse
sooner or later,
and that does something to you. Like changes
and
who
your personality.
You are.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
and how you act. But I think if you're watching that, then you're gonna change.
You know, dude. So many service industry people told me that the full moon people are crazy. You ever hear that? You ever hear that? Bartenders be like, "Oh, it's a full moon. It's a full moon." Or like a new moon. One of those two. Fuck, don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
It's a full moon or a new moon where all the fights happen. I swear to God. Like 3 separate people have told me, it's going to be a crazy night. It's a new moon. It's a full moon. One of those two. Some people know that are watching this. But like service industry, people are wilder on a new moon or
So
a
you're
full
telling
moon.
me you are about this then?
Bro, look. Here.
You think
this is how
you think there's some science behind it?
Yeah. This is when I knew there was. This is when, in my mind, I was like, okay, I can't dismiss this. It's because all the tide and waves essentially are a result of the moon's gravitational force.
Correct.
Right?
And we're how much percent of water?
Exactly.
Yes.
Simply that.
I've had this conversation many times. 100%.
So simply that. And I'm like, how can I dismiss that?
So can I take that one step further now?
Please.
So if we
No.
we're what, 60%
No,
water?
you.
65?
78, I think.
No,
I made
we're
that
all
up.
water.
Imagine.
We're fucking all water, pretty much.
Yeah,
Water and intestine.
Aquafina.
Water and like miles of intestine. 80 miles or some shit like that.
Our intestine?
Yeah.
Bro,
Not 80
that's
miles.
80.
That's too
It's
much.
always some crazy number.
There's
They're
some
like, if you unraveled your intestine, it would go from here to the sun.
Like-
You're like, really?
Like,
Is that science?
that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it's very long. Eat your carrots.
We're all
you
water
know?
and intestine. That's it.
Yeah.
But so we're that much percent water. So 78.
No, I made that number up.
Oh,
but we're
okay.
like, let's say 3/4.
It's a high percent water.
Let's say 3/4.
Water retains memory. Water,
Does it?
yes.
Water retains memory in what sense? Keep in mind, I have an engineering degree, and I had courses on water. I had one called Water 1-on-1.
All right, so
Not
then,
101, 1-on-1.
Damn.
No, I made that up.
See, now I'm coming at you with the pseudoScience bullshit.
Hit me with it.
I'm gonna retract that statement.
Yeah, the Earth is actually a hexagonal. It's a hexagonal shape.
No. Okay. No.
Hexagonal.
Water. Okay. Water is affected by energy. Like,
Yeah, of course. That's what a microwave does. Shakes water, heats things up.
and if we are however much percent water,
Correct.
so there was this experiment, and maybe you would remember this on plants. Like they had the 3 plants. They had a neutral plant, they had a positive and a negative. And the neutral plant, they like for 2 weeks they had them, and the neutral plant was just done properly, like normally.
Yeah,
no
like control.
music, no nothing.
Yeah.
Control, exactly.
Yeah.
The positive
Yeah.
was played classical music, was told loving, like caring messages and shit like this.
Yeah.
And the negative one was played like heavy metal, was sworn at, like literally like treated like shit, and it decayed, like it decayed much faster.
You know what I want to know? What if they played classical music and talked hard shit? What would have happened to the plant?
Ooh.
That's what I want to know.
Like it's a savant.
You know, that's like if you grew up in
It has a
Zurich.
complex. It's a plant with a complex.
Yeah, you grew up in Zurich in a broken home. It's like, you know,
The plant moves to another pod. He's like, I'm leaving with that.
yeah, it's like it didn't. Did the plant grow or decay? It moved out. Literally, it took a bag and everything. It came to
uprooted.
life. Toy Story.
It uprooted and fucking dipped. So they did that shit. And obviously, like the positive thrived, and the neutral did what a plant normally does.
But see, that is, in my mind,
But
to do science,
but they
you have to
ran that test on water.
I get that.
Under a
Okay.
microscope.
One sec.
Okay.
Before we go to water,
Continue.
They changed 2 things. You got to have an independent variable. You got to change only one thing at a time. In one case, they gave music loud, and we're like, "Fuck you." That's 2 negatives. In the other case, there are 2 positives. So you got to go neutral, the control one, and then blast it with bad or good, and then learn that, and then do it the other way with just being like saying good or bad. You can't change two and come to conclusions.
Yes, but I don't know exactly how it was conducted.
The point is the plant died, nigga, right? It decayed.
Negative?
What?
We're talking about the negative plant?
Yeah.
Or all of them? But the negative... Can you just take that as a reel for Instagram? Just you trying to catch a fly out
Bro,
of the
I
air,
did.
please?
I cut a whole fly video one time, and and it didn't even do well. I was like, this is going to fuck Instagram up. That's what I hate about Instagram.
This is going to fuck it. Yo, when you think it's going to be viral,
Yeah.
and then you know what actually takes off?
You're editing like, I'm on this.
You know what actually takes off is you dropping a pencil on the floor.
Yeah, right?
Like, it's some stupid shit.
And farting at the same time.
It's so dumb.
This pencil lined up with his fart.
So
He's
that
fart pencil
experiment
guy.
was run on water.
What?
With water droplets under a microscope.
What was?
That same experiment.
On water, and the water remembered?
It's not that it remembered. It's that it crystallized. Like the formation of the water under the microscope was different. It looked more in formation with positive. And it looked all muddy and distorted under negative. Huh. And what I'm getting back to loop back to your thing is if we're 60 to 70% water and water retains that type of fucking, that's what I meant really by water has memory. It holds energy.
Yeah, I mean, the loud music is probably more vibrational energy, right?
Think about people that are constantly stuck in a negative space and all that shit.
Yeah.
But you are... Stress kills. Why do they say
100%.
stress kills? Because that is literally
Stroke,
having a cause.
cortisol,
That is a cause and effect on your body. It is literally taxing to your body because you're not fucking.
Well, the whole point we even got on this shit was to say that that's why I think you can't dismiss that shit. I don't get it, the horoscope shit and all that shit. But bro, I've had like 2 or 3 separate girls come to my place and be like, and this is like, I don't want to, because I feel like I'm falling for like a magic trick here because there's probably a logical explanation to it. But either way, it adds to the allure of the whole mystery. 3 separate girls come to my place. They walk in and right away they're like, you're definitely a Libra. Like 3 of them. Like, and they didn't know what I was. And I was like.
And you are a Libra?
Yeah. On separate occasions.
I wonder what to tell.
And they're like, you know what it is? They said that Libras like beautiful things. So I had fucking like a painting up and shit like that. So they're like, you're a Libra. So these bitches, obviously, they're no longer a part of my life. You have this. You're a Libra. They always talk like this. Like
I will concede to, like, there have been multiple women who have sat down with me and done that horoscope shit. What's your birth chart? What's your moon rise? Your moon, your rising, your ascending, all this shit. And I've read some of this shit, and it is scarily accurate.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like...
But I think this whole...
First of all, it's written in a way where wherever you read...
This whole commercial version of it is bullshit.
Yeah. Like...
I think it's bastardized to sell.
Any characteristic they give you for any of them is always just like... vague in a way where
Just
anyone
enough.
can identify with it.
Exactly.
Anyone can identify with it, but when you're brought to it, you're like,
This is me. Yo, very good point.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's like that, remember that...
They're like, you find loving
what was
ones
his name?
close
Dean Edwards
nearby.
Or James Edwards or whatever the fuck, the guy who talked to dead relatives, remember?
Oh, like, I hear it. I feel like Kevin.
Oh, yeah, there's a grandmother in the room.
South Park made fun of that.
Kathleen, yeah, exactly.
It's so funny.
John Edwards or something like that.
And was it Stan and he has a show?
It's so bullshit. But we're African. Like, we literally are raised on the real version of this shit. Not raised on it, but our roots
Of like on horoscopes and like believing on the stars.
But literally living on the stars. But not some fucking shit where you go to the corner store and pick up a vial with a horoscope written by Kathleen.
Yo, it's Abbas Wahab. That was a clip from this week's Patreon bonus episode. If you want to catch the rest or get access to weekly bonus episodes, just go to patreon.com/theimmigrant section. Otherwise, episodes are going to keep coming out every Tuesday, same place, same time. If that's not enough for you, you got to become a certified refugee at patreon.com/theimmigrant section. Weekly bonus episodes and more. Join the immigrant revolution, y'all. Until next time, peace.